being a happy person. Isn't that what we're supposed to be, is happy and just free of anything that binds us? Hi, I'm Mareya, otherwise known as the Fit Foodie. I'm a chef, holistic nutritionist, author, inventor, and mom. And I want to welcome you to my podcast. It's called Recipes for Your Best Life. And with every episode, I'm peeling back the onion on fitness, nutrition, health, wellness, and family. The truth is, you're the chef of your life. And for every important pillar, there's a great recipe worth sharing. So every week, we'll explore them together. Think of it as food for thought that you can really sink your teeth into. So join me, and let's squeeze the joy out of this life, because you only get one. Can I get a fork, yeah? Hey everybody, I am so excited to welcome you to my new podcast show, and I am Mareya the Fit Foodie. And they call me the Fit Foodie for a few reasons. One, I love the fit lifestyle. And for me, it's not just about the food, it's about everything, because if you think about it, food just plays one piece of it. It's really how you live. It's the choices that you make, everything that comes together to make you a fit person inside and out. But I'll tell you, it was a long road to get here. And I'm a firm believer that sometimes out of your pain comes the best things that you can possibly create. And I'll share with you just a personal story, one that was really hard for me to admit, but I had to come clean with my own food demons before I could share with you all that I think is out there that is so important to us to share as people that are part of this human race about real food and real people and real life in pursuit of this fit, happy lifestyle that we're all after. For about 10 years, I fought a horrible eating disorder. And I lived with it from my late teens into my 20s, my late 20s, almost my 30s. And I'll tell you, I never admitted it to anybody, including my own parents, because I thought that it meant that I was just a failure. I couldn't even control my food intake. Then how could I control anything else in my life? So, you know, if you've ever contended with any sort of disorder, any sort of compulsive behavior, you'll know that it can eat you alive. And my fear of food was eating me alive. I mean, when you come from a family that plans lunch while they're eating breakfast and has conversations about dinner at the lunch table, you know, I mean, it was just all about the food to the point where it became my obsession, but not in a healthy way. It was bulimia and anorexia. That's what the doctors said, but really I called it hell on earth because it took over my life. So when you come clean, when you finally admit that there is something wrong, that there's something broken, only then can you start to fix it. And I knew that I had to fix this disorder. I had to be able to get through the struggle because there was so much that I wanted to accomplish. And I just couldn't move my mind and my behavior off of everything that had to do with food. I mean, I remember some days, you know, it almost became a challenge. I would fast until 3 p.m, not eating a drop of food, and then, you know, I might snack on some celery sticks or a few rice cakes, drink black coffee because it didn't have many calories, you know. I mean, I counted every bite as though my life depended on it. And if I did have the energy to go to the gym, I would just completely over-exercise so that, you know, I'd burn off all those supposed extra calories that I had consumed, and it would keep me out of the kitchen, but it caught up with me. And at my lowest, I reached about 87 pounds. It's really kind of crazy to think that that I could do that to myself and think that I was okay. And friends were worried. My family was worried. It even affected my memory. It's so hard for me to admit this, but there are significant life events that I completely forgot. I remember my parents gave me a cat for my birthday, and I don't even remember that incident happening. My roommate had to remind me of it. So all bad things behind me. Now it's time to share my clean sweep with you. This is about gaining a healthy relationship with food. It's about, for me, taking food and turning it into the life force, the energy that it should be. You know, we can't avoid it. It is our sustenance. It's one of the few things that we actually need to survive. You know, our memories are made around the table. Our families come together. It's what we share in communion with each other. And so having a healthy relationship with it meant to me being a happy person. And isn't that what we're supposed to be, is happy and just free of anything that binds us. So fast forward to now. It's been about 20 years in the making, and I have hopefully put together for you what I think will be a very groundbreaking podcast to listen to. I think you'll find that this is one of the only podcasts that shares real stories with real people about their real successes. Despite the trials and tribulations that they've come up against, fighting their own demons, fighting, you know, the negativity around us, to do good, to make a difference, to make an impact. Food is just one part of this. It's one part of this. It's an important part, but it's all about your approach, your lifestyle. And really, if you think about it, there's no one right answer. Health is in your mind and in your soul first, and then your body kind of takes over. And when I really started to do my own, quote, rehab, I found out that the biggest lie around being fit was the idea that you had to be skinny, that being skinny and being thin would make you happy. And that really isn't true. When you look at it, being fit is about being healthy. It's about being strong. It's about being hungry for knowledge, really the understanding of what a sound diet means and how to make healthy choices that feed your body from the inside out. I think of it as a microcosm. We are this being of cells, and these cells are hungry and they want to be fed. They don't want to be fed junk food. They don't want to be fed artificial flavors and chemicals and preservatives. They want to be fed what will fuel them, what will give them energy and vitality and movement and vibrancy. And so that's where I started my transformation. I worked for a chain of natural food stores, and I ran the kitchen department. We taught cooking classes, and we did demos, and we shared with people what certified organic and hormone-free and chemical-free meant. And when I started in this position over 20 years ago, I started to realize that everything that we do, every decision that we make, requires a decision. So I coined the term, think before you bite. And if you think before you bite, if you take that moment to just really ponder what it is you're about to put in your mouth, you end up making a lot more informed choices. And this is really where the transformation happened to me. It wasn't about deprivation or starvation, because I found in my research that in order to maintain a healthy weight, you actually have to eat more frequently. And this is a beautiful thing, and something I really want everybody to listen to very closely. You can change your metabolism by eating more. I said it, eat more. And you do that by combining foods in the right way, in the right amounts, at the right intervals throughout the day. And you will ignite your metabolism. And I'm living proof that you can do it. And I've coached thousands of people to do the same thing. You'll find a lot more about that in my book, The Clean Eating Handbook. But the point here is, when I started eating that way more regularly with nutrient-dense options, a lot of fresh produce, I had an insane amount of energy. And the really cool thing was my mood completely changed. I just exuded enthusiasm. I mean, people even said to me, you just seem different. You seem so positive and just so happy, and your face, you actually look like you're shining. And it's true, I radiated a different vibe. Even my boss noticed the change and gave me kudos for sharing my enthusiasm with other people. I had horrible insomnia, and it completely went away. I could get through the night without having to get up. The panic attacks that I was having that actually took me to the hospital on several occasions, they completely went away. And I could show up to food functions, all those celebrations like birthdays and anniversaries and weddings, those cherished events in our lives that I tried to get out of at every turn because I didn't want to have to face the fact that I would have to sit in front of a plate. And I began to thrive on that, I even began hosting my own dinner parties and flexing my own culinary muscles and going food shopping and getting into the kitchen and discovering my own way of cooking, my own way of really appreciating food as nature intended at its most unadulterated form. Really loving all of the rainbow of fresh foods and especially fresh produce that's out there, and getting creative. And when I learned how to think before I bite and to learn what it really means to feed your body at the cellular level, not just to feed your face, I didn't have to be tempted anymore. It was almost like the temptations they were wasted on me. I had like a kryptonite shield around me, Why would I eat a sponge cake filled with cream with a 20-year shelf life? What was that going to do for me anyway? Food was meant to make us thrive and to keep my body moving, to keep me fit, to keep my muscles building, and just to feel that sense that I could do anything. And you'll probably see me in a tank top that says think before you bite, and it is my mantra. You can share that mantra too. And I wear it because it's a constant reminder that I was in a place that was unhealthy, but now it's like my moment. It's my time, my pause before I do anything to just really think about how it's going to affect me, because I never want to be in that place. I never want to feel guilty about food, because some of my best memories, and I'm sure you are that way too, is around the dinner table. It's where I bring my family together, my kids, my loved ones, my parents, my brother, our friends. That's where we come together to share our stories, to share our lives, and to be at the table together means just so much more than the food that brings us there. So this show is about real people, and I am so excited for you to hear some of the interviews, all of the interviews with some amazing personalities, people who have taken their lives and created so much purpose out of it because they share a vision. They want to make this world a better place. They are living the fit lifestyle through their activities, whether they're in the fitness world, whether they're in food, whether they are focused on mental health, family health. They all are bringing something to the table that we can take a bite out of. So with every show, hopefully you will learn just a little bit more. And I want to hear from you. I want you guys to follow us, share these stories with the people around you, because I feel the more people that can pull up a chair to this very important table, the more we can empower to live the best fit lifestyle that they possibly can. So with that, make sure you follow us. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, we're here. And we want to hear from you, so make sure that you drop us a comment. And who knows, we might be picking up your idea for an upcoming podcast. I am Chef Mareya, the Fit Foodie, and stay tuned. We got a lot more to munch on. Hey, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I know you have a lot of choices out there of what to listen to, what to watch, so it means a lot to me that you're here with me. And hey, if you love this content, would you hit the subscribe button? I want you around. I don't want you to just show up for one episode and leave. I want you here, part of the conversation, a seat at this table.